Chats with Thierry Neuville, Oliver Solberg.
Yeah.
And then in Sardinia, I actually had a long chat to Julian Ingracia.
Fantastic.
Who is honestly a hero of mine.
Yeah.
Him and Seb, are a huge inspiration to me. And we had a long, passionate chat.
And what were you talking about?
We were actually talking about...
Or was that secret? Episode of my Off the Track Motorsport podcast. This podcast is proudly supported by both Viking Offshore and Carbon Positive Motorsport. Viking Offshore is a leading global company in the offshore renewable and shipping sector and is proudly committed to giving back. In partnership with Carbon Positive's offsetting initiatives, we all aim to retain our sport and environment for future generations. Please visit carbonpositivemotorsport.com to learn more about how you can be a part of this and help us all be positive about motorsport. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my Off the Track Motorsport podcast. This is the first podcast where I'm actually doing it with somebody in person, which I've been looking forward to do for quite a while. And thankfully, I've got my good friend Max Smart, who's joined us, I was going to say all the way from Cape Town, but you were actually in Scotland, weren't you?
I was in Scotland, but I am from Cape Town, and I'm super stoked to be on Fergus's podcast again. I was on it before, and it was great, so I'm really happy to be here.
My second return customer.
Yeah.
and what are we drinking here? So what's this we've got? So this is a cup of what's it? You call it rooibos?
Rooibos. It's a South African tea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, herbal tea that we drink lots of in South Africa.
So do you drink that all the time, then, do you?
Yeah, I do multiple times a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we're drinking. It's a bit late on at the night just now, but like, has it got caffeine in it? Or?
No, it's actually just a.
I have had a cup of this before, but we're as soon as you're in town and in the flat, I thought we'd better crack out the rooibos and go for it again.
No, it's a good move, and it's taken me straight back home. But yeah, it's actually just a herbal tea brew, and it's got no caffeine. It's pretty good for you. It's like a good antioxidants and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really, really good tea.
Cool. Mm-hmm. And you're saying like it kind of brings you back home. We're here on Mull.
Yeah.
That's
second home.
Well, that's what I was just going to talk about. Like, this is your second home. How would you say like you've built up your connection and ties with Mull? Is it a place of comfort for you now? Do you like coming here? Do you feel kind of safe? Because obviously Cape Town's miles away, so it's a kind of home away from home. Would you say?
Yeah, exactly. It's like on the other side of the world compared to Cape Town, but I've got such fond memories here, and they mainly due to the time that me and you have spent together, living with you here.
Yeah.
Like you were a big bro to me last year.
Yeah.
And I learned so much on the rally side from staying with you. Constantly chatting about rally. We called this Rally HQ.
Yeah, well, it's HQ.
And whenever I got back from an event, Fergus was like, "Oh, HQ's waiting,"
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a TV with onboards constantly playing. We had a simulator ready to drive absolutely any time, and a desk to work on pace notes. I was also training this side with my co-driver Cameron Fair, who also lives on Mull. So very fond memories and very good times in between the rally. The adventuring that we did, and all the good times. It is home away from home for me, mate.
And it was obviously you were just getting into the rally in there. Like, you were so green to the sport. I mean, you still kind of really are, aren't you? Like, the level that you're doing it at now, it's amazing where you've come from. And then your last rally, where was your last rally?
So my last rally was in Sardinia. It was the WRC there. I was driving in the Junior World Rally Championship. And it was my 7th rally ever. So we're still pretty new.
Yeah.
Started rallying for the first time last year. And it was an incredible event. I loved every stage, and we podiumed. That was my first podium ever in rally. We came 3rd overall in the Junior WRC out of 17 drivers on a bloody challenging event. And I loved it stage by stage. It was
and I know we spoke about it before. Obviously, you come from a motorbiking background. We've covered that in the podcast that we did with you. And now you're so deep into this rallying world, and you've managed to get yourself on the podium. Like, talk me through that feeling. Like, what was it? What was it like? Did you expect it? I mean, obviously, we spoke about this before. You would believe it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we both kind of have in common, that we choose a goal, a target, and optimistically, dangerously optimistic. Dream big and go for it. And obviously, you are at the pinnacle of doing that. But did you think it was going to happen so soon? I
don't know, bro. I didn't doubt
Yeah.
But to do this in your 7th rally at a world level is just incredible. And we've worked really hard to get that. But when I tasted that champagne for the first time, it's something that I've been dreaming on for ages. And to actually taste it and be there in real life was like a dream come true. As soon as we finished that rally and we heard that we finished in third overall, I just could not stop crying and giggling. It was just the best feeling in the world because we really worked hard. And
who was there with you? Who supported you? Who was there kind of front and centre?
So Cammy Fair was by my right hand side, my co-driver. In that very moment. But my mom came to the rally, and to get you, the amount of support that my family has put into this, and belief in me, it has been incredible. And then people like yourself, like living with you, learning from you, and getting your huge enthusiasm of the sport, like.
That's something I can bring.
Which I think is such an important part, That love that you have for rally is something that, I took a book out, a leaf out of your book on that one. And, just like my coach, all the other people that support me and help me, my extended family and friends that, have really helped me out in this and believe in me. There's too many people to thank, but I'm thankful for absolutely everything.
And who do you have in Scotland? So you obviously come here to stay and you're over in Mull at the moment, but where is your base? Where is it you stay and who helps you in Scotland?
So I've actually been based very far north up in Scotland, and I've been staying with my coach that side. And
who's your coach?
My coach is Brian Cameron. He's amazing. Honestly, Brian has been incredible to me, and working with him is a dream. And living with him and helping out on his farm is also.
Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm up to. Yeah, I'm working on a farm that side.
So you're driving rally cars when you're on events and tractors when you're not. You're actually going from the fastest pieces of machinery to the slowest. That's a stark change. Do you get bored or do you like it?
I quite like the forklift. I'm gonna say certified forklift operator. No, I'm just joking. I enjoy the forklift because it requires you to think quite a lot, and obviously you're playing with lots of different angles and things, and I like things that work my brain, so that's one of them. And caring for the animals has been something so new to me. But it's actually growing on me more and more. I've enjoyed looking after these little creatures, and helping out on the farm. It's such a different lifestyle.
The Rally Star program, obviously, as we spoke about before, is a huge and an amazing opportunity. How are you getting on with that? So we had Sardinia, which obviously you had your podium finish, which was incredible. I've read that on Dirtfish, WRC. There was a lot of publicity that came with that, wasn't there? It's very good for increasing your profile and get your name heard.
Exactly. No, the publicity was actually great. Getting there is incredible. To in seventh rally of me, under a year from the first rally that I ever did, to get a podium in the juniors in the most competitive year with the most amount of entrants in history. I think there's 20 drivers in the championship. It was mad, and the journey there has been lots of hard work and stepping our game up every time we get in a car. Honestly, it's going really well. This Rally Star program is a dream come true.
And see the rally before Sardinia, what was that? Was that Croatia?
That was Croatia, yes.
So tell me a bit about how you went in Croatia. And how that was and what you learned from that. Croatia
was actually my first ever tarmac event.
Okay.
And for those who know, Rally Croatia is a really notoriously tough event.
Difficult, yeah.
And to go into that as your first tarmac event can be quite
a baptism of fire.
You could not say it better. And it was really nerve-wracking to go into such
quite daunting, was it?
Yeah, big time, bro. Such a big rally, it's so challenging, it's it gets really dirty, it's really complex, there's lots of elevation, narrow parts, cuts, it's super technical and advanced, and for that to be my first tarmac rally, I really had to study so much because I tried to get seat time before the event, but I couldn't get the budget together. I tried to do a tarmac rally before.
So is there no tests covered in the program?
There is a pre-event
small
test, yes, that we do get before every round with Rally Start, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And we use that like as well as we could, going into it with the plan from all the studies that I did.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, basically, dude, I literally just studied that event backwards and studied tarmac rallying backwards and how the road gets dirty, how it changes your grip, where you need to put your tires, everything like that, to a crazy degree, because I knew it was going to be such a challenging event.
Yeah.
And we went in, and it was actually it was a good event. I could have done a few things better that made it more challenging, such as like one thing that I should have focused on more was my nutrition and my hydration.
Right. Okay.
I think it's because I was just so focused on the rally and the characteristics of it that I maybe forgot that key aspect.
Yeah.
Which, I definitely feel impacted me and made Saturday afternoon and Sunday a lot more challenging than they should have been.
So was Friday okay because you had plenty of energy and you had plenty of boost?
Friday, I thoroughly enjoyed Friday.
Yeah.
And the beginning of Saturday. But Friday, I loved it. First time rallying on tarmac, these beautiful world-class roads.
Yeah, yeah.
It was insane.
How was your pace notes when you went into Croatia? Were they okay?
They were good. The recce was actually more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Because, there was so much elevation and crests where you had to put the car exactly in the right place, as well as, pretty much every
like unseen jumps and crests and stuff as well. And
and just the blind rises and things like that.
Yeah.
With corners straight after, or the road swerves a bit, so you have to be on that side, to
Right, okay.
To stay on the
so
road.
like car position on the crest.
Yes.
Have you heard the likes of Sebastian Loeb and stuff? So he would have maybe 1, 2, 3 or something where he would set his car up.
Yeah.
He'd actually have an additional pace note in his notes of where to angle the car over the jumps. Okay, now we have left side over crest, right side over crest, but it's corner position to get the right racing line into all these corners.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I use like middle of a crest,
Yeah.
unless it's obvious that it's middle of a crest. But middle of a crest, like rightish of a crest, and right of a crest, or a corner over the crest. So I've got
it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've got 4 different things that I use.
Yeah. Okay. And so your nutrition wasn't quite there.
Yeah, dude, it wasn't up to scratch, bro. I seriously felt today.
Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. But going back to pace notes on the rally. Recce was pretty challenging, but by the end of the second pass and doing the video work, the notes were actually good,
Right, okay.
Really good. We had all of the details that we needed on, where to cut, because pretty much every corner you cut in there, and then there's corners with poles, so you're always saying what you're doing with the car in the corner. If you put in half a wheel off, half a car off, and where in the corner, maybe you have to cut it early and not late because there could be a pole, or like you cut it after the pole or something like that. So it was really interesting on being able to describe that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
there's lots of description. Was that more so than other rallies?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that the detail in these notes was higher, just being a tarmac rally, and one that's you constantly putting the car off the road and on the road and in a certain place on the road, and also like different surface types.
Yeah.
In Croatia, there's so many different surface types of just the tarmac itself, whether it's dry. You'll even feel like a massive difference on the different types of tarmacs there.
Yeah.
There's like really shiny ones that have more abrasiveness. So you have to notice all of these things.
Is that kind of like, how we've got the anti-slip on some of the roads? That yellow, kind of bumpy stuff. It is tarmac, but it's just more grip.
Okay.
Is that kind of between that and then more shiny tarmac's obviously going to be more slippy? But how much the roads, was the road broken up at all a wee bits, and that was almost slightly gravelly?
Yes, so there were broken tarmac sections in the rally also. Then there were actually different color tarmacs. So there was a white or very light grey tarmac, which is very smooth. It's not very abrasive, and there's very little grip on that. And then as it's basically getting darker, it's getting better generally in Croatia.
As it's getting darker?
Yeah, the darker tarmacs there have more grip.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay, I thought
So-
you meant like darker and light.
Because
I was
no-
like, is that maybe something to do with temperature or something?
No.
I got that wrong there.
But yeah, it's really interesting because you have to adapt to all these different types of tarmac.
Yeah.
They physically are different types. So it's really interesting.
Cool. And then how did you remedy, you said that your nutrition and your hydration was a downfall in Croatia. How did you remedy that? Or like how did like you and Cam like prepare better for Sardinia?
Yeah, well, basically, like looked at the things that we did well in Sweden. You know, the things that you know we could do better. You know, that we've heard other drivers doing. You know, of like you know taking electrolytes, bringing like protein shakes and bars and eating good fruits, getting good sleep. You know, just things that like they make a lot of sense to do.
Yeah.
That
Like what specific things, like for the people listening, maybe folk are doing, you know, their own rallying and they might listen and go, oh, I'll give that a try. Like what's the exact things? Like would you put like electrolytes in a bladder with water?
No, I would normally keep my Camelback just straight water.
Right, okay.
And then I'd have electrolytes in a different bottle, but different.
Like a
times of the
Lucozade
day.
bottle or a squeezy bottle or something?
Yeah, just a simple handled bottle, you know.
Right, okay.
And yeah, so then
Do you have like protein bars or like any homemade stuff or just stuff at the shop?
protein bars, really good. Sandwiches at like the regroups, and then also like just basically like focusing on your hydration and making sure that you put in the right things that you know that you need for you in your body consciously, so that you have good energy levels.
When did you start upping the electrolytes and stuff? Was that on the rally?
I would have done that probably a few days before the rally, just so that you...
Right, okay. So you start to build that up so that you're not starting on the back foot come Friday.
Yeah, exactly. You want to go into the event.
Well,
fresh.
I suppose you'll have done the recce. When would the recce be? Would that be the kind of Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yes, exactly, bro.
So you doing electrolytes, all your nutrition, just starting it from there.
100%. Yeah, you want to go in with on like a step ahead if you can. So
okay, cool. Moving on a little bit. Obviously, we've just come off a call with some of the youngsters, part of the Rally Foundation, which was really interesting. It was lovely for you to share some of your experience and things that you've learned and stuff, and we kind of took a few things off that which, you know, we perhaps think make the difference, and the other members that was in the foundation had a chat about, and obviously pace notes was right up there.
Yeah, huge.
It was huge. And then we kind of one thing that I think we are kind of in line with is that like mindset and, you know, that self-belief and stuff, and that's things that, you know, we've both used.
Yeah.
Like, what other important things do you think are there to assist us? Like, not necessarily what you do, but looking, like, for example, like Cali Rovin Pera, you know, you see him, you know, doing this, the same thing at the start, or where we're talking to one of the other chaps, and, you know, he's got like a specific like routine, like he'll maybe go like, he'll start at the right wheel, check tire pressures, front right, left front, left rear, and you know all these little things. They're probably really important to get you into that mindset. Like, I know certainly I get extremely nervous.
Yeah.
Before, and combating that, you know, the nerves is something I've found quite difficult. I try and combat that with like stomach breathing, or just try and distance myself from it. Like, how are you on the lead up to an event? Do you get nervous?
Yes, but I think pretty much everyone will get nervous, you know, going into an event. As we're all human, you know, and we're all going for something that we really want.
Yeah.
And I think that some of the ways that I deal with my nerves is, you know, going in and feeling prepared. You know, you go into the event, you feel like you've ticked all the boxes of the things that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Before the event, so you're going in with a fresh mind. You know, you've done these things on your personal checklist of like,
yeah,
you know, that, and you go in and you feel like you're ready. So that's one thing that I do, you know.
Yeah.
Other things, like you said, breathing techniques are super helpful in getting you in the right headspace and calming you down if you're too hyped up and stuff. But I'd say that, and then as you said, like those routines that you can do to get yourself in your zone really help, bro.
And then of course a good like connection with the co-driver and the team, and a good working environment is extremely important. Like, And certainly the home side of it, like the people behind you, like what's your support structure and you know, like obviously you've talked about how helpful and generous Brian's been, but you know, how have things been for you back home in Cape Town? Are you a bit of a name now? Are you doing selfies?
Not yet, actually, in Cape Town, I wouldn't say, bro.
Okay.
But I would say that definitely my story is growing, and more South Africans are seeing a South African on the world level of the World Rally Championship.
Yeah.
And as South Africans, we're always super proud to support our peeps.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely more people are getting involved. You know, reaching out to me, following me, and being keen to support the journey on a big scale. Like from not just people that I know, but other South Africans that are just super keen.
Just people that you don't know, without outside your friend group or anything, they're messaging you, getting in touch.
Exactly. So there's that, which is beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
And then also people from all around the world that are just stoked on my story, you know, and the Rally Star program. And yeah, like the support has been really positive, and I really appreciate it all from everybody.
Yeah.
And like we said, you know, the people that are close to me have my back and really believe in me, and that's incredible.
And when these people are getting in touch with you, are you talking to them at all? Are you, what are you doing anything with them, or are you trying to give a little bit back? I know you're just started in the sport, but if you had some contact back and forward with these people?
Yes, exactly. I've had a few people reach out to me that are keen for some advice, and I'm really happy, and I have been assisting some people, you know, giving them some tips and things, and just however I can give back, I've been doing that. Just like our call today with your Rally Foundation program.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
That was amazing, you know, giving back to these youngsters that me and you can have a chat about rally, you know, chat about what they're doing, what we do, you know, and how they can do some things better to, you know, go up the ranks and chase their dreams, you know, with a bit of support from yourself, and I was honoured to be a part of that. I think it's really...
No, they loved having you on. They certainly loved chatting to you.
I really think it's a good thing that you're doing, and I really, really back it.
Good. Well, it sounds like you're doing a bit of that yourself, which is very admirable. Well done. Keep that up. And obviously, given that positive energy out, that'll just come round and come back in droves, you know. That'll do you so well.
Yeah.
And it'll do you in really good stead. But I mean, rallying aside, how has this whole thing been? Have you grown?
Bro, I have grown tons, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing is, you know, like been traveling the world.
You certainly have. How many places have you been to now? What? All these rallies. What have you been to? Like 8, 9 countries?
21 countries the other day. Yeah.
Wow.
So honestly, it's been incredible, and the people that I've met along the way on this journey, such as people like yourself, a lot of other people in Mull, and throughout the rest of the world, has been incredible. It's honestly grown me so much as a person, and you know, traveling solo quite a lot is also like a pretty unique experience.
Are you getting more comfortable at that now?
Yeah, 100%, bro. You feel like the world is your home, you know. And wherever you go, you with you. And you know, everywhere is like just a part of this beautiful earth that we live in. And yeah, it's honestly, it is incredible.
Meeting some great people, and then in the rallying community, what I love about the rally community is how like close you can be to these people that you look up to. Like, are you talking to some of, you know, the top level drivers? Are they a part of things? Are you speaking to them, seeing them?
Yeah, I am actually, and it's incredible, you know, like from having chats with Thierry Neuville, Oliver Solberg, and then in Sardinia, I actually had a long chat to Julian Ingracia.
Fantastic.
Who is honestly a hero of mine. Him and Seb, you know, are a huge inspiration to me, and we had a long, passionate chat. And
what were you talking about?
We were actually talking about...
Or was that secret?
Yeah, we were just talking about, you know, how him and Seb got into rally. And how it's similar to the Rally Star program with the Rally Junior Podium, how they got in through a talent search. And it was just so amazing to speak to someone with so much like passion and like you can see a fire in his eyes, bro. You know, 8 times world champion. It's incredible. And I was just so honored to meet Julian. It was incredible. As well as the other Rally 1 boys that we...
Who's been your most favourite person to meet?
Julian.
Yeah.
Julian, Terry's also been such a lad.
Yeah.
Really had some good chats with Terry and Ollie. But they all...
As part of the Rally Star programme was, I think you told me before that Thierry was part of it, and Oliver's mum, I believe, is that right?
Yes, Pernilla was part of the selection process for Rally Star, so I actually met her in Johannesburg when I won the African final. So yeah, that's really cool, and we see her at the events, you know, say hello. She knows how everything is going on, you know, she's updated, and we'll have a nice chat, so it's really cool.
Excellent, that's really good. And then when you're going to all these places, are you getting a chance to explore, or is it just rally?
So actually, like, sometimes it's rally, but like obviously with rally, you're on recce, you're driving a lot, you're seeing a lot.
Yeah.
But I think something that I did in Sardinia and Spain, and something that I want to do more is actually staying on a day or two after the event and just exploring. Yeah. and see the beautiful place that you're in, you know.
Yeah.
My mom came to support me in Sardinia, and afterwards we stayed there for a few days. We went to some beautiful beaches. We went on some magnificent hikes in the mountains. Found these like.
Is your mom quite sporty? Is she into like hiking and getting out?
Yeah, she's
an outdoorsy mom.
Yeah, she's an adventure mom. You know?
Great.
So it's really, really cool.
And was she going to come in the first place?
No, she actually, there was quite a lot going on her side on the work front.
Right, okay.
But she knew like something in her heart that she just had to come, and she followed her heart to get there, which I think is really special. She really, like, she came, bro.
Just and is that mindset thing that we're talking about before?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like going and trusting yourself and
just had that feeling. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, literally, bro. And look, it was amazing to have her there. It was a moment that we will never ever forget, you know.
Yeah.
First podium ever in the JWRC.
Yeah.
My mom's right there watching it and drinking the champagne with me afterwards, you know. And that is like something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
Incredible memories.
Yeah.
Have you got a good strong bond with your mum then?
Yeah,
it's quite close.
Yeah, we're very tight. Me and my mom are extremely close, bro. I love her to bits.
And is she going to come to the UK? Is she going to come to Scotland at any point?
Yes. So yeah, sometimes she will. We've chatted about that actually.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, she's keen to come over and check it out. Because this has been my little home away from home, you know. So I think that my whole family actually needs to get you someday. I need to get them all to Mull and take them to Tobermory, take them for hikes, and I think that'll actually be beautiful. And I think it'll actually be really special for them to come see where I've been staying.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's on the other side of the world. They've never been here.
Yeah.
They hear so much about it. Because we obviously stay in touch. My whole family, my mum, my dad, my brother.
Yeah.
So
a big group chat.
Yeah, we do.
I think everyone's got that family group chat.
Yeah.
There's always that one person that posts stuff that shouldn't do in there as well. It's like, mum's going to see this. Send it anyway.
Yeah. So it'll be incredible to have them here, bro.
Good. And they're obviously missing you at home, or are they happy that you're out doing it?
They are missing me.
Yeah.
And I'm missing them.
Yeah.
But we're both really happy that I'm out here able to chase my dreams, you know, and go for something, you know, like
good on you.
It's a special feeling, 100%, and I'm super grateful for it.
Great. So when you're not rallying, what other things have you been keeping at? What have you been doing?
Yeah, bro. Like I live an active lifestyle. Okay. If I'm not in the rally car, I'm on the motocross bike.
Yeah.
Cycling in the mountains, trail running, snorkeling.
What motocross bike have you got at the moment?
I'm on a 250 two-stroke at the moment, a KTM 250 two-stroke.
Nice.
And
they sound amazing, don't they?
Bro, they sound incredible, and they are crazy.
Yeah.
Those bikes are nuts, and they've got so much power. So yeah, beautiful machine to respect and work with, and dude, I just love seeing my family, my mates, exploring.
Cold plunges.
Yeah, cold plunges.
In the water.
Yeah, we're nature, you know. Yeah, we live in a beautiful world, and I think that the natural beauty of it is something that I really resonate with, and I love being in nature.
It certainly inspires me. When you come here, it kind of gives me a little lift, and I'm just like, right, I've been sitting on the couch, you know, doing nothing or whatever. I've got so much to do or whatever. Don't get it done. And then when Max arrives, it's like, oh, here we go. It's like my fellow mullet arrives. and then we jump in the car, we get the flip-flops on,
100%.
and then that's when we take the dog and we just jump off the pier in Tobermory and just go for it.
No, always adventuring, bro. And
Yeah.
I think that's also what made this like you like an older brother to me here
Yeah.
when I was living with you, because honestly we did not stop. We were always out adventuring.
We were, yeah.
Finding cool things, sending it. You know?
Yeah.
Like we had to
Driving absolutely bang on the speed limit
Yeah.
every time. We're just up to 60 and no more everywhere.
Yeah. No, it is a flat out. It is an adventure, you know.
Yeah.
And me and you both, you know, you make the most out of life. You go and explore and
Yeah.
go do some mad things, you know, like just go jump off the pier in the cold ocean here and chill on the beach with the dog, you know, like after a mad swim. It's like
it's a lot better than sitting on the couch, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. No, it's great. It's to live to be able to live an active lifestyle and do crazy things is beautiful. And yeah.
And apart from fun, now I know you enjoy your fitness and stuff, but how do you keep yourself fit? What sort of training regime have you got, if any?
Yeah, so I mean, the active stuff helps a lot with that, but lots of running. Running is probably the easiest thing to do for me because you can do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Just put your shoes on and go for it.
Yeah.
Then body weight stuff, you know, it's good to stay strong as a rally driver, you know, your neck, your arms, your core.
Yeah. Do you do specific neck exercises for that?
Yeah, I actually do, bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I thought it was just like a Formula 1 thing.
No, dude.
You see them like all strapped up to that like some sort of torture machine, and they've got like all of the
against like so many G's.
Like Lando Norris, and there's his eyes about to pop out. Right, okay. And then that other steering one that they've got as well, nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I've seen all of that.
Yeah.
And I make my own homemade versions of that. From holding just a weight up and doing this with like a weight, you know?
Yeah.
That obviously works your shoulders nicely. To wearing a helmet and lying on a table and lifting your head up that way.
You actually do that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really?
And then just your basic core work, you know, your good old plank sit-ups and like your Russian twists and everything. Yeah, dude, it's good. I think that...
so fun. I think I'm retired from all that. Only 31 years old, I'm retired from fitness. I've been there, I tried it, it was alright.
Yeah. And then cycling, bro, and boxing, also sick. I think
boxing as well.
Yeah, bro.
A man of many talents.
I love doing active things, so for me it's all fun and I think that helps a lot. So yeah, bro, you gotta enjoy it. Yeah, just like rally as a sport. Yeah, you really gotta enjoy rally because it's such a demanding sport. Yeah, you have to put so much into it to do well and to finish an event even, you know. Yeah. So yeah, like you really have to love it to put that much work into it.
Yeah, especially at the level that you're doing. That's one thing we were talking about earlier on, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Was like, where is the enjoyment for you? I'm not saying specifically you, but like asking somebody, where is the enjoyment for you in rallying? Are you happy to just like tootle around and enjoy being in the car, the noise, the smells, and the going round the roads and listening to pace notes? Or perhaps for us, I mean, certainly for me, I maybe don't enjoy that a huge amount. Mm-hmm. I get my enjoyment out of the process, the grind, the hard effort that goes into it. Yeah, you know, trying to make the impossible possible.
That is beautiful. Yeah, they said. Yeah, exactly, bro.
And I think that's where the satisfaction, and then from the satisfaction of achieving those difficult goals, is where I get my pleasure from, and that's what makes me happy. Which is probably a bit of a shame that, you know, I probably sometimes can't just enjoy it, you know?
You know, what I think that me and you enjoy also in it is that thing of demanding the most from yourself, you know, because there's few things in life where you can put your all into. Yeah. And also, when you put your all into it and you do well, like you won Mull Rally last year. Yeah. And I knew from staying there, I was living with Fergus at the time, how all in you were, you know? Yeah. It was the only thing you thought about every day.
You weren't joking when you said Rally HQ.
Yeah.
HQ.
This was Rally HQ. But that love, you know, and that passion of, you know, putting your all into something and actually, you know, like reaching the stars, bro, and actually doing amazing things and performing well feels super satisfying, and that satisfaction adds to the love of the sport of getting the most out of yourself also, which I think is huge in my parts, you know. Like,
certainly, as you can see in like athletes and stuff. And I've spoken to a lot of, you know, other people in the podcast and stuff as well, and I think that's why I enjoy the podcast and the guests that I get on, because a lot of them, we can resonate with each other. You know, we're on different levels, of course, different, heights of the ladder, but we're still, we link up in that process, that we're not just your average day person. We love the grind and we love working hard for that goal.
And we're part of this rally family, I think that with rally as a sport, it is really special in that way.
Credible community.
It's a credible community, and it's actually, even on a world stage, it's a small community,
Yeah.
The boys in the sport are really real.
Yeah.
We often chat to the P1 boys in the rally ones, and even other boys in the rally twos, but top level, and they still are keen to have an engaging conversation with us youngsters.
It's great, isn't it?
Working our way through the ranks. It's really beautiful, and I think it's really special in rally. That
it certainly is, and it doesn't even stop just like speaking driver to driver. Like that whole community, and the M Sport Poland guys, for example, he said they're your boys. You've got a lot of time for them. They put so much into you, and then like the supporters around you, and the people that you know. And coming back to like kind of more like national rallying, or British rallying, we obviously had a very deep conversation on a podcast with Neil Roskell, who tragically lost his son. And the rally community, something that helped him through that, and it makes me so proud to hear that, and how much we all come together. It's an incredible sport for it's not just in a car driving, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's like
it brings
20%
people together.
of it.
It brings people together, and it's also such a challenging sport in a way that we have to work together and support each other and things like that. So it's honestly, it's beautiful and it's real, and I think it's also so great because in rally we're not driving against each other on the same track. We're on a clock, and it's you against yourself, it's you against the road, it's you against the car. And I think that also probably helps in the way that all us competitors can work together and be a rally family, because we all go in for the same thing. So it's really, really incredible.
Great words. I love to hear it. I love to hear it, Max. Kind of bringing it to a bit of a close here. What's next? Next rally, what have we got?
So next up is the famous Rally Finland for me.
Fantastic. How are you feeling about that? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Straighten yourself?
No. But honestly, that is
all these nerve techniques we're just talking about. None of them work. None of them work.
No, Rally Finland, even before I got into rally car for the first time, I always said, from playing in the Sims, that is the rally that I want to do one day. And it is, it's probably one of the most famous rallies in the world. And it's incredible. They're called Land of 1,000 Lakes and Land of 1,000 Jumps. It's really, for those who don't know, it's a gravel rally, really wide road, and tons of jumps, high speed. It's beautiful. So it's an incredible rally, and I'm honoured to be taking part in it in August. So up until then, we're just going to get ready, mate.
Fantastic. Well, we will be watching, supporting, everything behind you, mind, body and soul. You've got me my little, what's this, is this your little fan things that you've been handing out now? Whereabouts was this? Is this in Sweden?
No, that's in Sweden. That's on...
Well, of course, there's snow there, so that's definitely Sweden.
But that was actually a mad jump. It was in the arena of the Umeå stage, which is our power stage. And that jump, we were taking it flat out in first, flew through the air. We jumped nearly 40 meters on that jump, which was incredible. Good memory right there.
Excellent. Well, when you become famous, when you win the World Championship, I want that signed, please. So, give us a little message.
I got you, Fergie.
To all the podcast fans.
No, dude. Seriously, lots of love to you, bro.
Excellent.
And thank you for all your support. Thank you for getting me on this show. And just your help and your passion for this beautiful sport in general, bro. And
fantastic.
I'm also super happy to see you working with other young talents and
thank you very much.
building them up, bro. I think it is a very special thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I really, really back it with my heart, bro. So
excellent.
I'm proud of you for that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Yeah.
And the fun doesn't stop once the podcast finishes, so I'm sure we'll be in the sea jumping in tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Just being a couple of mullets. Just
Got
as we
it.
want. But no. Listen, Max, thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, bro.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Leka leka.
yeah, bro. Until next time.
Until next time.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.